What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 19, Fury Rogues.
You want me to help you move a nuclear bomb?
I know the bows hit us pretty hard, but winning this battle may just win us the war.
All right, get me for 24 hours, not a minute more.
Let's go get our guy.
I'm gonna be running ahead of the truck.
I'll be at Star Labs. I'll be monitoring his vitals.
And I'll be reciting every prayer that Cecile's ever taught me.
How much time do we have left?
Not enough. If he explodes, it could destroy the entire city.
The Flash.
I thought tonight's episode was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked seeing Captain Cole and
Yeah, he's always fun to have in the episode.
yeah.
And then I knew before, but I kind of forgot that Laura was going to be in the episode until they got to Earth X.
Oh yeah, I had no idea.
It was kind of cool. She was kind of generic, but it's kind of cool that they brought her up again.
Yeah.
I almost wish now that Laurel was in the crossover, because that would have been kind of interesting.
It was by far the highlight for me was seeing those two, and it gave it something else. Because
Yeah.
otherwise it was.
Otherwise, it would have been not a bad episode, but it would have been one that didn't really matter.
It didn't matter, and it wasn't like it was just kind of a downer. Like he's just
Yeah,
and you could see it coming.
Well,
because
because it was a downer for him, but it's also a downer because you're like, oh, he might become dumb and he has to relearn everything. That's my first note I got written down here is because of the dark matter in Harry's thinking cap, he's losing all his intelligence.
Yeah, that's kind of a backfire, huh?
Yeah, I mean they're probably gonna fix it, but I bet as the last 4 episodes, he might start forgetting things.
What if he gets so dumb he fixes stuff? Like he gets.
He accidentally defeats the thinker by
Yeah.
getting dumb.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny. That'd be kind of ironic too. So then Barry and Iris go to therapy for Alf's death, which they've gone to therapy a lot more this season.
I
than
forgot
thought
they were
they
going to
would.
therapy.
I liked how he's like, yeah, I've had a few deaths, and she's like, yeah, your mom, your dad. It just starts naming up
Ronnie.
Ronnie. It just starts naming up
Yeah.
6 people, and he's like, yeah, that
Yeah, that was
the therapist
funny.
lady's always funny, but then at the end, she kind of overall she kind of helped him out.
Yeah, she also told us what was going to happen in the episode.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like when they do those scenes, and it's you can kind of tell, when they tell you, oh,
Yeah,
Barry,
you're
don't
gonna-
hold
you're
on to your
gonna-
emotions.
Yeah, you're going to feel it.
I liked that scene a lot better when they did it the second time with Captain Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me it made a lot more sense then. So DeVoe opens up a pocket dimension outside Tracy's lab, so then they go to Earth X to get Citizen Cold, and then while they're there, Laurel follows them out of Earth X into Earth 1.
You know, when you come out of a little pocket dimension, shouldn't you look back and see if anyone followed you?
Well, I mean, they didn't use a pocket dimension. Cisco vibed them there. But, yeah,
That's what I meant.
I get what you mean, yeah. And you'd think, so, did she appear in Star Labs? I don't remember. Did she was just, in the street?
She's just in the street.
So that's weird. You think Cisco would have brought them back to Star Labs, not there.
Yeah, but maybe he's hungry. He went to get
I don't
something to
know. But that was weird that she could yell and leave that open, which I wonder if Black Siren could do that, like Earth X or Earth 1 Black Siren. 'Cause that was very odd. I didn't expect her to. I thought, oh, that's all we're going to see of her? That's odd.
eat. Yeah.
And then she fucking yells and blows the house down, and she was kind
She's
of
the big bad wolf.
she was the villain of the episode, which I didn't expect that at all.
Oh, she's totally the villain. of the
Yeah.
episode. She even fucked his plans up.
yeah.
Well, kind of.
He expected her, but in a way, she fucked it up too.
Yeah.
Citizen Cold announced that him and Ray are gonna get married, and then made a joke about Cisco and Barry being together, which I really
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was-
He's
that
like,
was fun.
"Well, I figured if you two could make it, so could we." And they're like, "No, we're not." He's like, "No, I kid." I really liked that. I liked this one's sense of humor. Captain Cold's very funny, but the way they have this one, even on Legends of Tomorrow when he was on there, he was very funny.
Oh, really?
When Stein died in the crossover in Legends, he was kind of being the therapy for the group, and he had a little puppet and was being all weird to them to tell them to express their feelings to the puppet.
Yeah, he's really about his feelings, isn't he?
Yeah. So DeVoe attacks them, and then Laurel shows up and all that when they're bringing Fallout to Argus. We
Yeah.
totally didn't have a conversation, or we didn't know what Argus was before this. I thought that scene was pretty cool. The whole truck loads up in the air and slams back down,
Yeah.
and then she yells. But I really liked, which is my next one. I really liked that the Thinker didn't account for Barry to freeze and be emotional.
Right.
Which is funny in that scene. His wife's like, "Yeah, so you can't account for emotions." And then in the end of the episode, his plan of working, so he's like, "See, I was right all along, little lady."
Yeah.
But I like.
And then she's going, yeah, no, you weren't.
Yeah, which not spoilers, but we didn't get to see the last 30 seconds of the episode because our DVR was like, "You've seen enough."
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly how the end of their conversation was,
Which is a tad
which
annoying.
is very annoying. I'm gonna have to watch that like on demand or on the CW app or something whenever. I think it comes up like at midnight or something.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it tomorrow. But that's very annoying that we didn't get to
It's
see
because
that.
we had 14 things taping on a Tuesday
Well,
night.
yeah, everything's on Tuesday night for fuck's sake. So then Harry reveals to Cisco that about his intelligence. They go in and they see, like he's looking at his brain and all that shit. And he's like, "Oh, this happens because of that." And then he's like, "Yeah, I use dark matter." And he's like, "You promised us you wouldn't." But then in the end, Cisco kind of feels bad for him, which I like. I like how they're
Well, he
like
was,
the team
I mean,
together.
it's not like he was using it for a bad thing. He was trying to help.
Yeah, it was all for good. They
Yeah.
made him seem kind of evil with it, but they
Yeah.
went away very quickly with that.
Oh, he's not Reverse Flash?
No.
Oh.
But I like that he told Cisco that he's gonna tell the group, and like that's one thing they're gonna do with him with that.
Yeah. I kind of want him to turn into the dumb Harry.
I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
No, I'm not.
But I think it'll be cool where they're gonna go with this. I liked all those scenes too, when him and Cisco talked him into making his own, like another one for him. It's like, oh, it doesn't work. Okay, I guess we'll try something else. And then Cisco gets the thing that he needs for it, and he's like, fuck, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it was in a box Gypsy gave me. Like I really like Cisco kept making it so hard for him until he broke down and told him.
Right.
Which I was surprised that he could break the thinking cap in half with his knee.
Yeah. I mean, he probably didn't put it together good because he didn't want it to work in the first place.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I kind of forgot that was the second one, huh?
Yeah.
So then after that, Earth X Laurel attacks CCPD, and then Flash and Citizen Cold go after him, and then Caitlin's there, and they get the freeze gun, and they end up defeating her.
I thought Caitlin was going to turn into Killer Frost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I thought she was going to be like,
Do
no,
you-
I can do it.
Do you think she's gonna use Cisco's little dark matter stuff that he got and put it into her and try to bring back Killer Frost that way?
I don't know if she's going to do that, but she's definitely...
Like
I
somehow
mean,
she's gonna get dark matter back into her.
Yeah.
I feel like she might use that because they brought up that little thing of dark matter multiple times now
Yeah.
this season. I feel like that'd be the way to do it. But so after they defeat Laura, which was that was kind of a cool scene, like Captain Cold talking Barry back into hitting her and all that. When he hit her, she flew fucking far and broke CCPD. He runs into the room and he's talking to Joe, and he breaks down and starts crying about how he let Ralph down and all that, which is kind of the lead to all the episode we kind of knew was eventually gonna
Yeah.
happen there. And after that, he goes to therapy and has like a whole sad moment about Ralph. About how much he was proud of him and he never got to tell him and all that and feels responsible. Do you think eventually this therapist is going to be like, everything this guy's saying kind of correlates to the Flash and like do you think she'll put two and two together?
No, she's clueless.
And then Cisco makes Citizen Cold a little device like he made Supergirl, so Citizen Cold can go between Earths now.
Yeah, which I found funny because you told me it was going to...
Yeah, but Wentworth Miller said that was the last episode of the entire Arrowverse that he was contracted to be on. So he doesn't necessarily have to be on it again, but I think they did that in a way like, say next year in the crossover when we want him to be in it again, he'll be like, okay, I'll sign up for one episode.
We need something frozen.
'Cause I think he does contracts now for like, okay, I'll do this one episode with you guys, but I got another
It
shit I
makes
want to do.
sense. He could do what he wants to do that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's I also like that 'cause it's still a delight when he's in an episode. It's not like it's not like okay, Cisco's in this episode, we know that. Like it's still like, oh,
No,
cool,
it's
he
cool.
shows up.
And it's better if he's in like one episode a year too.
Yeah, I agree. But overall, I think this is one of the better episodes of like when they have the filler ones this season. Like Andreas one, it definitely helps that the Captain Cold was in it and Laurel and all that.
Yeah, I didn't think the episode was like great by any stretch, but I really liked how it was different and like
Yeah.
And I like seeing Captain Cold. I like seeing Laurel or whatever the fuck her name is.
So I still think even though didn't get to see all of the end conversation, I think DeVoe's wife is gonna turn on him, and I still think that's how they will defeat DeVoe, at least partly. I think she'll be the one to help them.
Yeah, because I think she sees he's changing.
I think after we saw the next one, I think after he chokes her in the air like he's a fucking Jedi, I think that'll be the end of their
I
relationship.
thought you were gonna say chokes in there and ways where like she just don't care.
Well, he might do that as well, but I feel like that's the end of their relationship right
I
there.
mean, she put a dress on him and he's like, oh, what are you doing that for?
Yeah, no, he's like,
And
well, can you put something more respectable or whatever, or more decent
How about
around
in the
here?
beginning he's gonna drug her and he's like, oh, she likes me. I'm putting this back.
I know.
He's a good bad guy, but like he came off as like super. I mean, it's just he
Yeah,
just comes off so douchey.
Yeah,
like,
he's such a dickhead
yeah.
now. Which is weird. In the beginning, he seemed like almost like you felt bad for him,
Yeah,
even though he's a villain.
yeah.
But now he's just so cocky and like,
he's like, oh, that's not gonna work on me, and he's like, but he's got everybody's power, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
weird.
I did like when Flash used I forget what it's called, the little thing, and it shot the noise at him, and he kind of bent back, like using the
Yeah,
elongated man's powers.
Which is funny. He should just kept hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, and then he could just like been like that the whole time.
Yeah, and then they could have. Well, he should have done that, and then while he did that, ran at him. Because you remember that Nuke episode where he ran around in like about 5 minutes? He was running around in the entire episode.
It
He
seems
could have
like,
he could have just grabbed DeVoe with using that fast, right?
seems like Flash can fix anything as long as he makes a tornado, like a wind tornado. Thing
Yeah,
or
why doesn't
something.
he just do that around DeVoe?
Yeah, maybe it'll make him not. It'll make his brain waves like not work or something.
They'd come up with some logic for
Yeah.
that. But all right, that's it for our Flash review this week. We'll be back next Tuesday with another review on Flash. We will not be doing a review on Arrow this week because we'll be going to see Avengers.
I thought you were gonna say Black Lightning.
Oh yeah, well
I was
that's
so
over.
excited that Black Lightning wasn't on, not because I didn't want to watch it, but
But because like you can go to bed at normal time, you don't
Go
got to do 2 videos.
yeah, and then because it wasn't taping. they
Yeah,
gave you-
Black Lightning actually not being on fucked us from seeing that. Because usually it tapes Black Lightning right after for us. But
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of fucked us. But yeah, we're going to go watching Avengers. So if you want to see another video from us on Friday morning, we'll be uploading our review of Avengers. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week for Flash.